Good morning to everybody except for the ones who likes cilantro. I've been wanting to do this video for the longest time and I finally had my verdict. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Baha. These Chinese brands are getting real creative with their English names. I'm going to be reviewing the new concealer palette from them. I originally bought the old version before I even started making beauty content. This one's like pretty beat up. This one they added a new color which is for facial concealing. Both are their deepest shade. Also I believe they changed the color of the setting powder from transparent to skin color. Today I'm just going to show you guys how I put this concealer palette to use. I have a lot of redness. I want to cover up my microblading eyebrows. These acne scars also need to be dealt with. First of all, I'm going to cover up my dark circles. I'm going to grab a little bit of the salmon color. I am going to thin it out on the back of my hand. What I do is I just put it right on my dark circles and I brush upwards. You know, my favorite thing about this concealer is that it's super moisturizing, but at the same time, it's got pretty good coverage. Brush like this is gonna allow you to blend as you go. And the thing I like about this palette is that I use this cover thing as my mixing palette. Next, I'm gonna do some brightening action for my under eye and it's super easy. So I'm gonna use this color. It's just a little bit too bright for me. If I use that for all over my under eye, it's gonna make me look like Trump. Grab a little bit of the salmon color, grab a little bit of the highlighting shade, and I mix the two. So this color is somewhere in between, which is gonna be perfect for my skin tone. What I do is I just find the deepest line that I wanna highlight under my eyes. I poke it lightly, and then I brush upwards. The next shade is actually my favorite shade of this entire palette. The dark shade is so special because it's like an olive undertone. So it's gonna be really good to cover up pimples, acne scars, anything that's like pulling more red on your face. I'm just gonna do the same thing and I'm just gonna put it straight on my microblading and where I have redness. All right, I'm just gonna use a little fingertip sponge, tap it out. And for spot concealing, I'm just gonna blend out the edges. This side speaks for itself and you can see the difference clearly. Redness is pretty much gone. Microblading is fixed. Lastly, I don't really use this shade. It's an eyeshadow base. It's gonna make your eyeshadow so much more pigmented. I don't really want my eyeshadow to be that pigmented. That is just not the vibe of this house. Once you put it on your eyelid, it turns into a powder and your eyeshadow is gonna be so much more pigmented and long lasting on top. I'm gonna use a tinted moisturizer to even out my skin tone and put on some eyebrows and come back. I just put on a very thin layer of tinted moisturizer and this is what we're working with. I desperately need to set my under eye before it creases. I'm gonna grab some of the powder. Alright guys, so that is all for today's video. If you want something that is super convenient, that is super easy, that you can just grab on the go, one palette that is gonna take care of your entire face, then I would really recommend this concealer palette. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. My name is Diego and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye.